everybody, what a Wiisdom here. It is Saturday night, 6:50. The sun is still up. It's very strange for me to be home with the sun up, much less playing a video game, but I will take it. Skylanders Imaginators will release tomorrow here in the US, and I have run across a bit of an issue. We played through Chapter 1 last night, and then I streamed Chapter 1 last night, and now I was able... Actually, I wasn't able. I just had to go in and manually delete my second profile on the Xbox. And my hope was that by doing that, I would alleviate the situation I found myself. And you're probably sitting here wondering, hey, why are there 2 save slots already? Save slot 1 is what I did. We came in, we played it, blind playthrough. Save slot 3, and Twitch wouldn't work last night, so I streamed on Beam. It went well, but it was downsized. It was very late at night. I don't know. And I'd never streamed on Beam. I don't know if a lot of you have even heard of it. But, follow me on Beam. I will have a link. I may start using that because Twitch, they added the VODs, and I have had horrible luck with pretty much everything on that site. So we'll see if it changes, but if not, Beam is an option. Needless to say, I streamed there. The problem is, in slot 1, when we took the selfie and put it on the wall of Kingpin, and then Golden Queen or Kingpin got close enough to the legendary... or to the sorcerer frame to put the legendary one on it, I didn't realize like those buffs would come into play, and so I was like, okay, no big deal, I'll just go breeze through Chapter 1, get back, and on a different save slot we'll do our Skylanders Research there. Well, the buffs apply there. The Imaginite parts collect as well, which is, I mean, both of those are great things for pretty much anyone but me. The Imaginite is good for me. If you watch my Beam stream, you'll see what we got because we completed a couple of sets, so you'll miss that subsequently, but it's not the end of the world. What's bad for me is I want to do Skylanders Research, and now I don't have a way to access the box stock damage numbers. My thoughts were, hey, let's be smarter than this, let's switch our profiles. Well, Xbox didn't want to do that last night. It wouldn't let me sign in at all with a different profile. It would load it and then back out, and I was still in the same profile. So came in when I got home this evening, and I deleted that profile off my Xbox, and then I put it back on, and that got access to it. I came in, got into Chapter 1, and Golden Queen was doing the same higher damage. So, in a bit of a pickle. Again, I can't, even the introductions are going to be skewed here, but I felt like I should get that out as soon as possible, so I don't really know how I'm going to remedy this. I guess I'd have to delete everything, which would suck, but I've played through Chapter 1 several times now, and I think I know it inside and out. And then I'd just never be able to place that stuff until we were done with all the upgrades, which would kind of suck, really, but... Again, for most people, that's great news. If you start a save slot for yourself, and then save slot 2 is like a family file, and then save slot 3 is you and your kids are going to go through and play Nightmare Mode once you've both beaten the game on your standard difficulties, you will have all of the buffs on that save slot 3 despite it being brand new at Chapter 1. But needless to say, what we're going to do here is, note they added the racing menu there so you can go straight to it. We're going to do an introduction. Our first one, I started to do Kingpin and Golden Queen, but I'm wanting to get in someone else and see if we get... I don't know why I'm trying to be secretive, it's in the title. I can't remember, I think she was doing like 17 standard. The cool thing here, if you did not know, it's not Chapter 2, but if we come to... Oh, can't do that. There is actually the... Greeble dispenser, which now has training dummies that just kind of fall from the sky via lever. But down here is the good old-fashioned one. The training grounds, if you will. Now check this out too, I'm going to show you something special. I found this out last night, haven't gotten to tell anyone. I assume it will work.
I'm just watching Sharpfin's boat, so no one like me borrows it for a joyride.
Alright, here we go. Check this out. I've got the Sky Diamond in my hand. Okay, well, it's not going to work. Well, anyway, last night it gave me, I think, 542, and then I had a random piece from an old arena, and it gave me 542 gold. So I don't know if it's a 24-hour deal, if it's a one-time use, I have no clue, but it did give me cash, so that's worth noting. But here's our training dummies, and here's the problem. She was doing like, I think 33, and now she's up to 39. and then she was doing like 17, and now she's up to 20. And that is inflated, and I'm not quite sure.
Numbers you can truly bank on.
I don't know. I don't even think resetting them would help any. But what I want to do here, I don't want to ruin this character's introduction because he's should be pretty cool. But we're going to throw down Starcast. This is the first time he's been in the game. The Skylanders Research is a huge hiccup. It's something I planned to get on immediately, and now it's like totally screwed over, as best I know. And I thought, you know, when it happened, I was like, oh, hey, well, no big deal. It's just Chapter 1. Second save file will fix it. Not the case. Starcast going on the portal.
A shot in the dark.
Oh, he looks pretty sweet.
I have fallen from the sky to make your Imaginators stronger. Together, our powers will be astronomical.
Very interesting voice. I had a comment from Master Starcast on YouTube. He thanked me for unboxing him. And I went ahead and asked him whether it was Pop Fizz or Eon's wish, and Starcast himself in the YouTube comment section said that it was in fact Pop Fizz's wish. And if it's in the YouTube comment section, you know it's truth, so we'll roll with that. But,
And for those who have chosen the path of ninja, I shall bestow unto them a secret technique.
okay, so that's looking pretty cool. Those are kind of like a throwing knife, really. Chest added the vault now. Oh, he is quick. This is a very pleasant. You know, I was thinking like along the lines of Slam Bam speed in terms of movement, and this is Stealth Elf speed in my opinion. We should probably throw some of those old characters on and get a baseline. I suppose would be a nice thing to do. What I'm wondering though is how this will pan out. I don't know, since he's a ninja and we've only done something with a brawler and a sensei, if he will have standard attack damage perhaps. We're gonna try to figure that out, so let's come
These
in here.
numbers are quite astronomical.
Ah, I see what he did there. So there is a look at Starcast. Again, he looks pretty much the same in game here as he did in the B-roll. Obviously, you know, he didn't have this type of detail because he's a little bit larger here. I think he looks a bit better here than I remember him looking in game. His figure in person is amazing. I said that, and a lot of people have agreed with me. So I'm not even quite sure how to like distinguish what we're looking at. There's no strategy guide, there's like no text, it's just numbers on a screen, right? So I'm assuming attack is 6, armor is 6, speed is 15, and luck is 8. These have totally been changed. They're nothing like SSA, they're nothing like when Vicarious Visions changed them and, you know, increase the scale. This is just like a massive downgrade. And not necessarily downgrade, but I mean we've gone from like really high numbers all the way back down to baseline numbers, and I'm not quite sure how to handle that. That said, Starcast, he is a Dark Element Ninja Sorcerer. His slogan is, I do this in the unboxings now,
A shot in the dark.
thank you. If you wonder about the delay, I added him to a wish list. But the stats here on the website, power is 300 out of 350. And yet in game I've got attack 6, or I assume that's attack or power, whatever you want to call it. Armor or defense is 120 out of 350. And here in game we've got 6 out of, we don't know. Speed, it's 280 out of 350 on the stat card here on the website. And 15, I guess, is pretty reflective of that on this new scaling, so we'll keep that in mind. Anything 15 or higher we can assume will be fast. We'll just know that. That's the only thing we've got sort of pegged out. 150 out of 350 is luck. That would mean if we go by that scale, 175 would be the 50% mark. But I don't think this is even going to scale correctly because, for example, power 300 out of 350. 300 out of 350, that's 6 out of 7. So that would mean like max power or attack damage would be 7 on the scale. And I don't know, I mean that's with us dividing by 50 really. So, And then the 15, I don't know. This is brand new. There's no information for me. And I'm not quite sure what their logic was, really. So, that said, no one knows where Starcast came from except for Starcast in the YouTube comment section. He was first seen falling out of the sky and landing directly on top of Master Eon, after he had made a wish for a master to train the new generation of Skylanders. While it appeared that Eon's wish had come true, it was later revealed that Pop Fizz had simultaneously made a wish to get out of anger management lessons with the old Portal Master. Therefore, it was impossible to determine, prior to the comment I had last night, if Starcast was a result of one wish or the other. But after a brief martial arts display, it was clear to all that the mysterious Starcast was a very skilled ninja warrior. And seeing as how Master Eon had to walk around in crutches for the next few weeks, it was also clear that anger management class would have to be postponed. So it was a win-win, and if you wondered, again, can confirm from my Starcast unboxing video, Starcast himself said it was Pop Fizz's wish that actually brought him down. So we'll run with that. YouTube lore right there for you, expanding the fanfic of Skylanders. I really like his voice. I like the aesthetic. He looks pretty good here. The sun is kind of setting. That's what the glare, well, you don't see the glare, but I do. And the glare has sort of dissipated, and he's looking better to me. So I wish I could tell you what these numbers meant, and like if 6 was a max of 12, if 6 could go up to 60 or 120. I simply don't know. We've not done any introductions. We've not done any upgrades. I know nothing, and I don't even know if his attack damage numbers are going to be, stock or modified now, and it's just a mess. It's a real mess. Again, for pretty much everyone that's not doing Skylanders research, which is pretty much everyone in the world except me, this is not an issue. This is great. This is a bonus. This is a perk. You want to do more damage. I want to do more damage. I just don't want to do it before I've done Skylanders research. But my one complaint, if I had to make one thus far in the game, it's simply that I go for the best of everything, right? So when I think of a pause menu, what was the greatest pause menu we've had? In my opinion, Swap Force. It had the BIOS built in, and I could put that on the screen for you when we did the intros. This game does not have that. It does not have the slogans or any extra information like that. So that would be one minor complaint. If you say, "Oh, you're just fanboying, it's not a great game." Well, I mean, being fair, that would be a legit complaint I would have. But let's go ahead now, and this is what a lot of people care about.
I am pretty.
And this works out well. You do not have to be near Persephone or the training grounds. You just hit, on Xbox, it's like the menu button, I guess. I don't know what they call them on Xbox. On Wii U, it's plus or minus. But anyway, you hit the 2 squares, and it pulls up this Skylander info. And of course, from there, we can come in and check out the upgrades and purchase them. That said, box stock, he has got his primary attack, interdimensional shurikens. Press X to throw shuriken, and I was calling them this in the unboxing, and people probably made fun of me and said, "They're throwing stars, stupid." And look at that, shurikens it is in the game, and I had no way of knowing that, because there's no strategy guide. So, oh, that's a sweet shot for the tertiary. Anyway, press X to throw shurikens from the dark dimension. On impact, cause a rift that may shift enemies around. Okay, so yeah, he's sounding pretty amazing. Secondary, oh no way. Skylander of the Year candidate based on these first 2. Megastar Surfer, press B to summon a giant rideable Megastar. You get him, you have no money, you have box stock A and B, primary, secondary attacks, cool. Right here, this is the tertiary attack, Shadow Form Decoy. Okay, I had mentioned he looked to have parallels, kind of, he sort of is, in my opinion, based on what I've seen. If you were to cross Slam Bam and Stealth Elf, obviously changing the attacks, but just aesthetically and personality-wise, it seems fairly accurate. So press Y to summon a decoy from the darkness. Enemies will ignore Starcast when the decoy is active. Cool deal, 500 for that. First base upgrade, we've got extra dimensional shurikens. Keep tapping X to finish the combo with 2 larger and more powerful shurikens for 700. I also currently don't know if there's discounts or not. Dense dimensional shuriken. Press X while surfing the Megastar to throw a huge extra heavy exploding shuriken. 900. And no clue on the price here or the upgrade, so that's going to be interesting to figure out. But get over here, press Y, and the shadow form decoy will summon a vortex, which brings nearby enemies closer before he attacks. So we don't know the damage numbers, but based solely on the descriptions, Starcast sounds amazing. Now, what is the top path and the bottom path? I have no idea. No strategy guide. Obviously, we won't have path names until we purchase the base upgrades. But this top path, as we will lovingly refer to it now, is Star Stomp. While surfing the Megastar, press Y to do a shockwave inducing. That could be very practical. Star Leap, press A to leap off the Megastar, which stays there a while and damages enemies. Okay. And then Star Shards, interdimensional shurikens now shatter into many smaller but deadly pieces when they hit the Megastar. And the Megastar... Yeah, so this path basically, in my opinion, is going to revolve around the secondary attack. So the Megastar path, if you will. Down here, star of the show, shadow form. Okay, lots of comments incoming if you hear any dings and chimes. But star of the show, shadow form decoy shoots 6 homing projectiles. So again, this is looking more like a tertiary attack. Dark and powerful shadow form decoy now does even more damage. Oh, duh. Well, no, never mind. That's not. And then right here, sharp and to the point, homing projectiles now pierce enemies. Also, Starcast has a greater critical hit chance when shadow form decoy is active. Coming over here, the Soul Gem, which is very cool. They tell you where you can find these. If you're just bent on upgrading him completely and you can't find his Soul Gem and you've played through the game, this will tell you the chapter. Or if you're in chapter 3 and it's like, oh, well, that's the next chapter, you kind of can map out where to go. But the Soul Gem ability, Flying Starcer. I see what they did there. Press B while riding the Megastar to morph into a flying saucer. Then press X to unleash. Okay, yes. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to top this. We picked a heck of a first introduction here, didn't we? After this, the Sky Chi power is a real kick in the shurikens. The Ultimate Sensei attack. Hold, I think it's left trigger? Right trigger. Right trigger. I always hit left trigger, which is selfie, so it's right trigger, yeah. To perform your Sky Chi power and send a barrage of shurikens hurling towards the enemy. You can use your directional control stick and kind of manipulate those, so that is worthwhile information. And if you note, his Ninja Sensei Shrine, which that's where he can go, Taekwon Crow, any Ninja Skylander can come in and go to this Sensei Shrine, assuming like it is in Chapter 1. It's just sort of like a quick little cutscene. You see some sort of like stellar robotic tech type thing show up. It attacks the Skylander ultimately defeats it in like really quick fashion, and then they get the Sky Chi ability. So pretty simple there. That said, all that is left for us is to check these out. So primary attack, 20. Look at the rift too. I'm just tapping X right now, obviously, so what is the critical scale here, I wonder? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've thrown 10 times. Well, more than that, really. Okay, so 20 to 30. So it'll be basically 50%, I guess. That is the primary attack at slow speed. Let's see if I can spam it. I'm assuming we can, since he has 4 arms, each one with a shuriken. Oh yeah, this is beast mode right here. This is probably why the primary didn't see many upgrades. I know it's not a ton of damage, but think back to Trigger Happy. Anyone that can spam, you're home free. If you pay attention to Starcast, you see all 4... Oh, well, there we go. So he's holding a shuriken in each hand. As I spam each one of these in rapid succession, he will throw, hand 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a slight pause as he reloads, but it's really not noticeable. Again, check that out. There's the pause. And if it's a deal where, say, we're going to spam 2, then it's pretty quick. Basically, by the time I jump to retreat, he's reloaded, and we can throw 4 around. So that is good news, I suppose. Secondary attack, let's check it out. Was that about 8 seconds? Let's count again. About 7 seconds, I would say. So, is it fast? Becomes our next question. decently. I'd say it's about his speed, which is acceptable to me. And that's going to just wrap it off. 16 and 24s like nobody's business. I feel like he may not be impacted by the stat buff. I feel like maybe that's only going to be applicable to Brawlers and Sorcerers at this point in time, which that's a bit of a relief to me. So, plus I'm really wanting to upgrade Starcast right now. I will try to see if maybe someone I know, or if I can find it on a forum, or I might check with Almanax and see if he can confirm if this is standard attack damage numbers or not. But that is that, man. This is our primary and secondary attack. It's all I can show you right now. I guess we could go to the academy and hit dummies, but truth be told, you know, there's really not a ton of point in that. So, what's that noise I hear? Anyway, you can, of course, I've mentioned this already, but you can kind of run around and collect all the quans from everywhere. So my advice is do it, collect the money, take advantage of it. Plus, it's just really, really fun to explore this place. That said, this is Starcast. We've covered his bio, we've covered his catchphrase, attack damage number, and upgrades. I was unsure about doing the intros this time, or if people would just want gameplay and upgrades eventually. And so far, the response has been overwhelmingly in support of don't you dare get away with those intros. You've got to still do them. And so that's what we're doing here. My apologies about the start, but that is a critical situation for me. And you would think also that you could take the selfie down, or you could take the frame off. That doesn't seem to be the case. And again, that would be the simplest solution for me as well. But again, different save files, it doesn't matter. And then the second profile I loaded up, it didn't matter. It still had the inflated damage. So if you've got any ideas or insights on that, let me know. I realize I could like use the Wii U possibly and not have that issue. I don't think it would save to the Skylander. I'm not sure. I think it would just be game specific, but console locked anyway. But again, that's great news for almost everyone except me. So not a horrible situation. It's just I don't want to like do Golden Queen and Kingpin's attack damage or upgrades videos and like everything is off by 3 points or something, you know, from where it should be stock. So nonetheless, I will quit rambling. We're going to come in. This will be the longest introduction. The rest will flow probably in the like 8 to 15 minute range, I would assume. And should be a good time. I've got Aurora on tap next. Light and Dark. Got it started with Dark Starcast here. Very excited about both of these characters, so I figured we'd just roll with him, and then we'll move back into Kingpin and Golden Queen. Plus, my other reasoning, I kind of wanted to have those guys introduced when I have their dark versions. It just makes more sense to me. So I'm going to be having a good time doing this. I hope you enjoy. Again, if you have any insights on this, please let me know, because I would love to remedy that and be able to do stock, box stock, virgin attack damage numbers, not inflated ones. So eventually I want them to be inflated, but just not at the beginning when we're doing research. So that said, thanks so much for watching. Starcast sounds amazing. For the bonus brick in the Wall of Wiisdom, I guess you can just leave another Starcast. Or let's do, no way, SC Intro. This whole time I'd been jumping around trying to activate, you know, his Megastar, and you can't. I forgot to do the jump primary, and that's the thing. He throws them in the ground and sort of like somersaults. Oh, and we can get multiples down. It looks like 2 rounds will be basically the max, so 8 shurikens. Let's get some damage numbers here. Okay, so nothing major. I don't know if that stuns enemies. It seems to have given them some effect. Oh, wow. If I hit them and then just like something I was doing was damaging them and I was not. I don't know, but anyway, that's not a bad deal right there. So that said, we will end this. Aurora is coming up next. I hope y'all are either A, enjoying Imaginators if you're in Europe and Australia or that part of the world, or B, is super, super excited about Imaginators tomorrow. So good luck. I hope you get everything you were hoping for. I hope the stores aren't too crowded and you have a good time and get home in time to install the game and play and enjoy your Sunday afternoon with your friends and family. That said, I'm going to go. We're going to introduce Aurora. I'll catch you back here for Aurora's introduction. Anticlimactic finish, I know. But as always, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, spread the word on the channel, follow me on Twitch and Twitter, and Aurora is coming up next, so stay tuned.